Reaction time.
So don't ever date this woman. Now, her name's Sabrina, and Sabrina is around 25 when this story starts, and she's living in Seattle. And Sabrina is totally into nerd culture. She loves anime and comic books, and she's into the whole cosplay scene in Seattle where she...
W Sabrina, but cosplay is a red flag. Hey, don't throw bananas at me. Cosplay is a red flag.
lives. Now, she also really wants a little romance in her life. Like, she wants to fall in love, but she just hasn't met anyone yet. Then one day, around the early 2010s, she posts an ad on Craigslist. And the ad is basically a rant about how white guys in Seattle are afraid to date black women because they never message her back. And pretty quickly, this guy comes across it. His name is Aaron. And so Aaron sees this ad and he's like,
I'm a white guy in Seattle. I'm not afraid to date a black woman.
and he sends her a message and he starts trying to get to know her.
Bro, an advertisement to find love? Don't you have to pay for an Bro. W. Aaron, though.
So then the two start messaging back and forth and they hit it off and they have a lot of the same interests. They're both into nerdy stuff. Like, they send each other pictures and they start liking each other. So they meet up and that seals the deal. Sabrina and Aaron officially...
Oh my god. Sorry about the ad.
dating. And Aaron, he's never had a girlfriend before, so he's excited about this. This is gonna be great for him. And soon they start
Never had a girlfriend before? Okay, me too. I haven't had a girlfriend before.
going to anime cons together, and they're both pagans, so they start practicing paganism together. And Sabrina is in college, so she doesn't have a lot of money. So Aaron pays for a lot of their dates, and he's fine with that because he's a gentleman. And so they date for about 9 months. And at some point during that time, Sabrina moves in with him. So now they're living together. Then, around this time, something crazy happens. Aaron comes home from work one day, and he finds Sabrina upset because she had gone to the doctor earlier, and she says the doctor diagnosed her with MS, or multiple sclerosis. And this is devastating for the both of them. I mean, not only is this a terrible disease, but it can be really expensive to treat. And so Aaron, he's gonna do whatever he can to help, and they're gonna get through this together. Now, sometimes Sabrina has medical insurance, but most of the time she doesn't. And when she doesn't, Aaron has to step in and offer to cover the cost of her medication and such.
Oh my
But
days.
turns out that the medication she needs at first, it costs around $450 a month. And so Aaron is like, well, I can't afford this. And so then Sabrina starts suggesting that if she doesn't get these meds, she's going to unalive herself.
Bro. Sabrina, you don't have parents? Like, why is he the only person taking care of you and you're... Sabrina, you don't have brothers, siblings, like... Bro, okay. Let's just keep...
Yeah, red flag. Now Aaron,
Red flag.
he's not gonna let that happen. So he starts finding ways to pay for her medication, like taking out payday loans and stuff like that, borrowing money. And this really sucks for him, but he does end up getting a little bit of hope. He eventually gets his dream job, working as a programmer for Nintendo. And this is a bump up in pay for him, and so with this new money, he knows that he's gonna have his girlfriend's health covered. So he gives Sabrina more and more money when she asks for it. And he's paying like $800 a month now for her new medication, and he's also helping her with money for her tuition. And when he gets a raise at Nintendo, Sabrina just asks for even more money for...
Bro, I understand you're in college. But damn, girl, you can't get a job? You can't get a job, bro? Oh my gosh, bro. Like, okay, she's going through MS or whatever. Bro, so you're telling me MS can't let her get, like, her diagnose, like, her sickness can't let her get a job or something?
Stuff. She even says they need to drive a nice new car, so he gets a new car. Then she says that they need to get a house, so he puts a down payment on a house. She also has a very compulsive shopping habit. Like, she buys a lot of high-end makeup, and she always buys new clothes for herself every month. And she can't help pay for any of this stuff because she can't get a job because she has MS, so she's limited physically. And
Okay, she can't get a job because she has MS. You gotta be more specific with that, I'm not gonna lie. Because I know people that be working in wheelchairs, though. Oh, man, she need to find a, like, I don't know. She need to ask the doctors. Like, she gotta try, okay? She's not even trying, bro. And this dude just going at it, like, damn, oh my goodness, I feel bad for the dude. This is the first time this dude has had a girlfriend, too. Tough, bro. And it's a black woman, bro. This makes all of this makes every single black, like, to him, first impression, like, this is insane as like a spawn point into love, bro.
anytime things get rough for them, either emotionally or financially, or anytime Sabrina doesn't get what she wants, she freaks the fuck out and she claims that she's going to unalive herself. So Aaron just keeps working hard and he keeps paying for everything, trying to take care of the love of his life. But then things get really bad for him. Because not only does he lose his job at Nintendo, but one day Sabrina comes to him and she says that she wants to open up their relationship. Meaning she wants to stay together, but that they can each smash with other people. Now Aaron, he agrees to this, but he's not super happy about it. Plus, apparently Sabrina had been sneaking around with someone already, and this opening up the relationship was her excuse to keep doing it. So anyway, they start this open relationship thing. And one night, Aaron is out on a date with another woman. And they actually end up at some kind of party. And suddenly, Sabrina starts texting him over and over again.
Bro, these stupid ads, and I'm insanely lazy to cut them out. I'm praying to God people are still watching.
And she's panicking. She says that she's home and she's locked in the bathroom and that she's taken a bunch of pills. I guess this is her way of threatening to unalive herself again. So Aaron, he gets in his car and he races home and he parks his car outside and he's sitting in this car and his date, she's still with him. And it's in that moment that they see Sabrina just like casually leave the apartment and go off to dinner with her friends. And that is when Aaron realizes that his girlfriend is in fact a fucking liar. And so he starts...
Bro, Aaron be realizing a lot of freaking things lately.
He's getting skeptical about a lot of stuff that she had been telling him. And later he calls the MS Society, which is a nonprofit, and he talks to them about Sabrina and he lists the medications that he was told she is taking. And the MS Society is like, those medications aren't for MS. So it is at this point that poor Aaron realizes that his long-term girlfriend, the one he's been paying for all these years, doesn't actually have multiple sclerosis. She made it all up. She faked the entire thing, which she apparently does to scam people. Not just Aaron, but she'd also borrowed money from a lot of their friends too. So Aaron is immediately like, F all this, and he ends the relationship with her, and they go their separate ways. But she ends up leaving him about $80,000 in debt. While Sabrina, she actually moves on pretty quickly. And she meets some other woman on a dating app and they start dating and she tells this woman that she has MS and that she really needs money for meds and for other stuff going on in her life. And Sabrina's new partner is like, yeah, sure. And she gives her money. And I don't know what's going on in Seattle, but it looks like Sabrina's just gonna keep scamming her new lovers. And these lovers are just gonna keep falling for it.
On to...
About 9 months go by, and Sabrina uses some of this money that she scammed out of people, and she takes a trip to Japan with some of her friends. And on this trip, she decides to pull a scam on her friends. So then she gets on social media and she starts posting about how somehow all her money has suddenly been drained from her bank account by some shady people, and that she then tried to unalive herself because she really needs that money to live, and now she's stuck in Japan forever. So her friends back in the US, who don't know that she's a scam artist, they get worried and they set up a GoFundMe account to raise money for her so that she can pay her medical bills and, get home from Japan and whatnot. But then people that she had scammed before.
I haven't been talking for a while. This does still count as a reaction. Yappity yap yap. This is just, I'm fully focused. Like this, after this I'm gonna check if this is real, because if this is real, I think this is real. Blah blah blah. Just keep going.
Including Aaron, they jump on this and they start contacting the people who set up this fundraiser, and they're like, do not give that woman any money. She does not have MS. And so a bunch of her former friends start calling her out online. And eventually she gets called out so many times that the FBI has to get involved. And they start investigating. And their investigation finds that over the years, she has scammed between 8 to 10 victims, collectively out of $600,000.
You made $600,000 scamming people and you want to keep going, bruh? This is just lazy at this point. You're supposed to take that money, try to double it, try to invest, try to like be smart, because it's a thin line, bro. Oh my goodness. Every time you do one of these scams, you walking on a thin line. Too far to the left, too far to the right, and you're off. You fall off, bro. She need to go to scamming 101. Look, I never scammed, but I have friends that have scammed, and they said scamming is a thin line, bro. You get far enough, you stop. You make that cash, you use the cash to get back down, buy yourself a ladder. You keep scamming, you gonna fall over with all the cash in your hands, bruh.
Which she mostly spent on various vacations and comic books and beauty products and stuff like that.
Her dedication to comic books and anime is still crazy. The fact that she scammed all those people and still used like a bunch of that money to buy that stuff, that's the only thing here that's really cool.
And so, bam, Sabrina gets arrested. And I don't have a mugshot, but here is a picture of her in real life.
Bruh. Come on, bruh.
And ultimately, she gets convicted and she gets sentenced to 27 months in prison.
Architecture.
Damn, Sabrina. Kind of crazy, bro. Sabrina Taylor, that's her name. What are you saying? She didn't have MS, she had BS. Bro, why do the animations always look better than the actual people? Bro, it's W animation. This guy is a sweetheart. She is awful for real, bro. Someone said he's a moron. No cap. I mean, nah, he really isn't. That's his first girl. That sounds like his first girlfriend, bro. That was his first girlfriend too. I feel so bad, bro. Hold on. I'm trying to see Sabrina Taylor in person, bro. That's crazy, bro. Damn. This is so sad. That must be the boyfriend. I feel bad for the boyfriend, bro. Yo, that was crazy. W him. Yeah, so yeah, check out this person. That was his video. I was just reacting to that. I'll see y'all in the next one, bro.